Hello, and welcome to the Egg on Top Show, Northern California's newest urban radio show. We're coming at you from Super Steve Studios here in the beautiful city of San Jose, California. I'm your host, Sosh. I want to remind you to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/paperclipsociety. Follow us on Twitter at the PClip, hashtag Egg on Top, and email us at eggontop@paperclipsociety.com. We have a very special show for you tonight. As you can see, we're not going to have a session just because of the importance of our guest here. Starting off as a Spanish teacher and now a candidate for the Board of Trustees for the Eastside Union High School District in San Jose, California, please welcome Mrs. Thelma Boac.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you for taking time to speak with us.
My pleasure. I love to be here among young people.
Right on. See, you're young, Cheryl. She said it. So, from the beginnings of a Spanish teacher and now a candidate for the Board of Trustees, can you fill us in on the journey?
The dream. The dream was first to become a high school teacher. And I taught for 20 years before becoming an administrator.
Wow.
I taught at Sunnyvale High School for 7 years. After Proposition 13 passed, it closed. And then I was assigned to go to Homestead High School.
Right.
But then it so happened that the principal at Independence High School called me up to join their staff. So I joined Independence High School in the Eastside Union High School District in 1981.
Wow.
And became their ELD, that's English Language Development, that's ESL during those days. I taught that for another 10 years or so, and then also social studies. And after that, I became the department chair for English as a second language, and also the bilingual program of Independence High School, which was an enormous number of students, because in those days there were so many ELD students coming, ELD students, English language development students coming from the different parts of the world,
Right.
and they were there to enroll at Independence, so they were my responsibilities. After that, I was encouraged to take administrative credentials, so I went back to school to get my master's degree at San Jose State University.
Right on.
And after getting my master's degree in education, supervision, and administration, I was offered a job at Independence High School to become one of their villa principals.
Oh.
After doing that for 5 years, I was promoted to principalship at Silver Creek High School, and I was there for 6 years. And I just retired a year ago, actually August 31st in 2011. And after retiring, I joined the College of Education at San Jose State University, and I also joined the College of Education over at the National Hispanic University to train their student teachers who chose the teaching profession as their career. So that's what I've been doing after retirement. So I have not really been retired.
Right, right.
And then, of course, I decided to run for the governing board for the Eastside Union High School District, because I felt that in these very, very challenging times in terms of budget and achievement gap, I felt that I have the knowledge to do something about it. So that's the reason why I am running for the Eastside Union High School District Governing Board, because I want to be a participant in the decision-making process affecting students and the learning community.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's quite a journey. I mean, I just got lost in the whole process of, you start off as a teacher and you find yourself ending up on the other side of things and being a major contributor to the whole district. So, amazing journey. So, the voting for you as a board member, it takes place in November. And we were having conversation before the show started about the importance of voting and how sometimes people will vote at the national level, but once that's done, they're putting the ballot in and, they could not really think to focus more on the state and local level. So give us your opinion on the importance of that.
This is the general election, so naturally there will be many people who will be voting for the presidential election, and of course, and the state election. And of course, being a candidate for the governing board, we are at the almost at the very bottom of the ballot. So I am hoping that many of you who will be voting to not just give up after the major candidates, but to go down and to look at the governing board for the local candidates, because we don't want to be forgotten, especially in these very, very trying times in terms of education, where education is being attacked in every direction. And at the same time, the budget situation is very, very critical. And I feel that I can't really be part of the board and be elected if people will not vote. So therefore, I am asking for people to actually look at the ballots and go all the way down, finish up the ballots so that we can be included. And I hope that I will be in that category where you will be voting for me.
So as a young adult myself with the ability to vote, I could ask myself, if I were to vote, what benefits would it have for me? I'm not in high school, I don't have children now, but maybe if you gave me an insight on your greater vision and what your contributions now can contribute to down the line, and what that difference could do for when I do have kids and when I do have kids who are in high school. So I guess what I'm asking is, your impact as a member of the Board of Trustees will have a rippling effect for the future. So what is your vision for that?
My vision is this. At the present time, there are three major issues that are a challenge to education today. Number one is the budget situation. Number two is the widening of the achievement gap. Number three, it's providing a safe learning environment for all students, and that is safety. Now, I know that many of you are young and many of you don't have any families yet, but someday you will have your children. And these things impact your future children because these things will not go away. They will not go away, and your decision to vote and your decision as to how you would be voting in terms of how to close the achievement gap, how to deal with a budget crisis in education, and most importantly, of course, is providing a safe learning environment for your kids. You need to be involved, and in order for you to be involved, you need to be aware of what's happening in the school system and the issues that are confronting them today.
Right. Do you have any plans on getting rid of cell phones on the campus? Because I'll tell you this, I was a substitute for the Eastside. Yeah, and I would see some cell phone action going. No, I'm just kidding. But I would assume that technology as well is something that needs to be brought to the attention of young adults, and how much it's going to change in the future, and what that's going to do to the students. But switching to another topic here. In 2007, you were awarded as one of the 100 most influential Filipino women in the United States. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. How did that sort of make you feel as, a woman, not only a woman here in the United States, but also a woman of color and a woman who has the potential to influence the future?
Well, thank you. You must have Googled me.
Yeah, Cheryl helped me out.
Somebody Googled me. But thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, I was very humbled and honored when I was given to be one of the 100 most influential women in the United States. I was very honored that someone noticed my ability to be able to, and capability to be awarded this very, very humble award for myself. How did I feel about that? Not only because of the award, but I felt that this would be a way for me for people to hear my voice.
Right.
The voice of a Filipina, the voice of a Filipina educator, the voice of a Filipina who was born in the Philippines, coming from very humble beginnings and coming to the United States as a 10-year-old little girl with a dream of becoming a high school teacher, and then and hopefully attain even and achieved even higher than being a high school teacher. I had no idea that I would even be a principal in one of the largest high schools in Northern California. But at the same time, I was very much honored because of the fact that this is an organization that I respect. It is about promoting the advancement of women all over the United States, and also being a role model to young women, young people in particular to today. And I am also hoping that the young people of today will hopefully attain this kind of honor, because it is something for the community to be able to be a role model for the young people, and at the same time to be a speaker for the advancement of women all over in all different sectors and the private sectors in the workplace, as well as promoting the issues of stopping the violence against women everywhere.
Right, right. So, in this day and age, a lot of the youth are sort of focused more on celebrities and whatever's on their social media, and it's almost a shame that, you know, individuals like yourself aren't often promoted or fully recognized by the community, at least amongst the youth. You know, 2007, that was a time where the Jabberwockies were starting to show up on TV, and Manny Pacquiao was gaining popularity. Do you think that it's important for someone in your position to sort of be a public figure in realms outside of education or in politics, in order to get a greater view, and maybe that would be a way to draw more attention to what we should focus on, like you said, the issues that may concern our children in the future. So do you personally take steps to make public appearances and, you know, be more of a quote-unquote public figure to draw that attention?
Well, all my life I've always worked with the youth. And my purpose working with the youth is to inspire them to make a better world,
Right.
to help make us a better world. And I'm also hoping that what I have inspired them to do is for them to use in their own way, as for their future and for future generations as well. I have nothing, I'm for the whole idea of social networking.
Right.
Because that's crucial, because this is the world we live in today, so we need to be familiar with all of those. But at the same time, also not losing focus on the members of the community who can be a role model to these very young people. And I've always felt that my being working with the youth, and at the same time helping them grow up, inspiring them to reach their highest potential in life, with the hope that they will do the same thing for other generations,
Right,
for the future generations.
Right, right. Nice. So you were, and I just gotta ask this question because I was a former alumni of Silver Creek High School. So you were the principal over there,
Yes, I
Right.
was for 6 years.
but you started in Independence,
That's correct.
but you were always a person of the Eastside Union High School District.
I have always been in the East Sides for 31 years.
31 years.
31 years as a member of the faculty and administrative staff of the Eastside Union High School District, and that's a long time.
Right, right. What changed? I'm sure there's a lot of things that changed. So
What
what kind of things have
changed?
changed? As far as, you know, you noted the success gap. Is that what you noted?
The
as?
achievement gap.
The achievement
The
gap.
achievement gap.
But I'm sure that there's still like a lot of stellar students out there in the East Side, and you know,
There are many, many stellar students on the East Side, and I'm very proud to be associated with the East Side Union High School District because of the students we have. It is a multicultural district, and it is wonderful to be able to help out and be part of the diversity of the East Side Union High School District.
yeah, I've noticed that a lot of teachers that would come into my class, into my classes would say that, you know, if it was their first year, they were so astonished by the diversity that was in the district. Was it the same back when you started as it is now?
It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. What changed a lot, of course, is technology.
Right.
Okay. When I first started teaching, the computers were as big as this room. Okay. I'm not kidding. Okay. And when we were introduced to use computers, it wasn't the kind of computers that we are used to today. Okay. So, and there was no such thing as these repro machines that you can just push a button and off it can run thousands. Well, I was used to doing it by hand. So the technology has changed, and actually it's changed for the better, because communication nowadays cannot be done just through telephone only. Of course, you have the cell phones, and the cell phones can be a problem, of course, in the classroom because they are brought there. But there is a way to deal with the problems of using cell phones in the classroom. One thing is that we have to teach our students the ethics of how to use this technology, and so that it can be used properly.
Definitely a different age.
Different
And it's
age.
always gonna keep on changing. Do you have any closing words for the viewers here?
My closing word is that I cannot do this alone. I cannot be on the Eastside Union High School District Board of Trustees without the help of the people. Certainly, I will need your vote. Certainly, I will need to get my message out. And I would need your help. If financially you can help out, that would be great. So, because mailings, of course, to get the message out is rather very, very expensive. But what I need for everyone really is to get the message out, to vote for me, and to spread it out so that I can be on this board. My goal is to be on this board because of the fact that my experience, certainly I will bring new experience to this board in the decision-making process affecting students and the learning community.
Absolutely.
you.
Well, you have my vote.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Thelma Boac. To find more about Mrs. Thelma Boac, visit www.thelmaboac.com. That's TheLmaBoac. That's it for us at the Egg on Top Show. I want to thank all the viewers. We will see you next week, and thank you very much.
Thank you again.